This is the Game Boy Advance SP that we first took a quick look at in the eBay Game Boy Games lot video. This came from that lot. Like I said, we took a quick look at it, and right off the bat I had seen that the battery cover was very bloated because, in fact, the battery itself was very bloated. I don't know if that's coming across. When I was editing that last video, or the video where we looked at this at first, I don't know if it came across very clearly how bloated this guy is, but you can see here, like, it spins very easily. That should give you an indication that it is, in fact, very bloated. I have since purchased a replacement battery pack, and this one does not spin, so it is not bloated comparatively. This one it's only a 400 milliamp hour capacity, whereas this one claims to be 850. I believe this is an original battery pack for the Game Boy Advance SP, but I'm not entirely sure. Well, I bought this at my local game store because this was the only one that they offered, and then surprisingly a week later I went back and they had a whole line of different capacity Game Boy Advance SP replacement batteries, so that's fun. I'm not really super concerned about battery capacity for this guy. But while we were looking at it, also, we flipped her open and the screen is completely burned. So that's going to be a fun fix, I think. We'll discuss that more later. This case, the shell is obviously very worn on both sides here. It just looks very worn. Oh, this is also an AGS 001. I think there's two variations of the Game Boy Advance SP. There's the 001, which is the first iteration of the Game Boy Advance SP, and then there is a 101, which would then be the second. I believe it's the only two versions there are. I could be wrong. The 001, which is this one, 001 has a front lit screen, whereas the 101s have a backlit screen. I think the 101, the backlit screens, are going to be a better quality picture overall, so that probably makes them a more desirable Game Boy Advance to have. I didn't know any of that stuff when I bought this. There were only two pictures. I don't know if I talked about that in the eBay lot video. There were only two pictures on that lot. It was just all the games and the Game Boy shell, or the Game Boy, face up, and then everything just face down. And that was the only two pictures, and yeah, I don't know. I went for it. I got it. But yeah, so I think I want to try to. I don't know exactly what I want to do with this. First, I got to figure out what all is wrong with it. Like, we know the screen is wrong with it, but I have to put the battery in to power it on. Because I tried to power it on without a battery in it, and it turns out that the Game Boy Advance SP won't. You can plug power into it, but it won't run unless there is a battery in it. So let's put the battery in, and then we will try to power it on, see if it works. Now, this battery pack here came with this cute little screwdriver to open this guy up. Pop that guy off. I just realized there's a water damage marker. I think that's what that is. I think it'll turn all pink if it's water damaged. I don't remember. Anyway, let's slide this guy in here. Fits nicely. Put the shell back on. Okay, and we'll plug it in with the correct plug into the correct port. Let's stick Kingdom Hearts in. We have a charge symbol. That's good. Let's power it on. Zoom out just a little bit here. Okay, the screen lights up. Actually, we're gonna zoom in because zoom in. I can't tell if anything's loading. I saw the screen, saw the Game Boy stuff come up on the screen. I cannot tell. Let's try it again. It's very quiet. It's very quiet. We got the sound. It looks like, yeah, it looks like it's not reading the cartridge. Let's try a reseat. Try it now. No, does not look like it's loading the games. I am going to look in here. I'll unplug it real quick. Actually, I want to let it charge. I want to let it charge and just make sure it'll run fine through the battery, and then I will disconnect this so it's not sliding across and making a whole bunch of noise. And then we will check out the cartridge slot. Maybe we can just clean that up real quick before we try it again. Okay, looks like it's done charging, so let's unplug her here. I haven't cleaned it or anything, I've done anything to it. Let's just turn it on once more to make sure that the battery works by itself. Okay, nothing different, I don't think. Wait, no. Wait, is it loading? I think it's loading now, actually. I can't, oh yeah, okay, so it's loading now. Weird. It's so quiet, it's very quiet. That is it up the whole way. And I can barely hear it. But it is loading, it is playing our screen. Obviously our screen is pretty bad. I wonder why it didn't work with it plugged in. Will it still work with it plugged in? Maybe just the battery was too low. I genuinely can't tell. I think it's, yeah, it's loading. Okay, there it is. I guess might be a little easier to see. Yeah, okay, weird. So, I don't know, maybe it needed to charge fully before it, maybe that battery was just too dead or something. I don't know how that works. Or maybe I just slid it in one more time and it worked. Okay, so let's see, what are we going to do with this guy? I think I want to try to replace this. This should just be the polarizer on the screen. And I think we can just replace that and then it should be fine. But I don't know. I've never done it before. I kind of want to see how challenging it is. I've never actually taken apart a Game Boy Advance SP either. So that should be interesting. But first I need to order this, the screen polarizer. So yeah, let me do that and then we'll pick this up again once that shows up. The polarizers have arrived in this little thank you envelope. Very nice. I ordered these on eBay. I got, I think I ordered 3 or 4 of them. I don't remember. They were only like $3 or $4 a piece, so I just got a couple to just in case I mess it up, or in case I get more of these Game Boys that need a new screen, new polarizer. So let's open these up and make sure they're okay, I guess. Okay, yes, I got 3, I guess. Hopefully we only need 1 of these. But yeah, we gotta tear this guy down, tear him apart, and go from there. I've never, like I said in the last clip, I've never actually, never torn one of these down before, so this will be fun. I'm gonna use, I think, I'm gonna use an iFixit guide to do this, so yeah. Let's get to it. Actually, I'm not sure which guide I'm going to be using. I've got a couple open here because, yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll get it torn down. It won't be a walkthrough. I might make notes at the end of stuff and everything, you know, words and stuff. But yeah, once we get it down to the point where we just have the screen, then we can worry about that, because I'm not sure how to get the screen off to take the polarizer off. We'll get to that when we get to that. But yeah, first we got to open her all up. Okay, I got it all taken apart. It wasn't too terrible. The worst parts were getting the rubber bits off of where these screws are. I don't know if it's because it's like 90 degrees in the room here. And I don't know if it's like because it's so hot, or like if these rubber bits were deteriorating or something. You can see I only got one out nicely. So the rest of them are going to be, if I get them back in, they're going to be really ugly. I'm probably going to have to find replacements for those. I don't know if they make those, or if you can buy them anywhere. So that kind of sucked. And getting these hinges out was also extremely terrifying. I'm pretty sure I definitely was straining. You have to I think you got to push these little tabs out to get them pushed through to pop them out. And I'm pretty sure that you can see this one's got some, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but the one there has visible stress marks on the plastic, and I feel like it's about to break. I feel like they were all about to break when I was trying to push them through. But everything on this guy, I'm going to give this whole thing a super clean. Like, everything is just so dusty. Look at this guy again. I was trying to show it off while I was taking it apart. I'm probably going to be doing a time lapse for that. You can see this guy, like, look at all that. That's disgusting. That's the switch. That should just come out, right? No, that's not the switch. That's the volume control. That should come off. Shouldn't it? I think that comes off. We'll worry about that later. Not worried about any of this stuff right now. We're going to set it all off to the side and hopefully not lose it. I have to put it somewhere. This is what I am concerned with here. This looks like this is glass, so I'm not sure. We'll have to take this top part off, and then there should be the polarizer should just be underneath there, and then I'll have to scrape that off. But I don't know how to get into here. I think I need to look it up. Hold on. Okay, I got it open. There's just like tabs. I'm gonna be trying to be very careful here because this is still connected with this tiny little piece of ribbon cable that feels like it's gonna be very, very delicate. But you could, around it, you could see these tabs, and I just sort of, where these holes are, I just sort of very gently. Not very, very gently, like just kind of gently with a flat-tipped screwdriver tip, flathead. I just pried it up all the way around until it came off. Yeah, and now we have our definitely burned screen here. So I just realized I'm gonna need a razor blade. This is gonna be tough. Not breaking that. I have a feeling like that's gonna end up getting destroyed in the process. I don't think that there's a way to take that off. I just have to be very, very careful, which is gonna be a real challenge. I figured out how to pop that open because of shout outs to Retro Stash Repairs. He's got a video where he replaces a polarizer on a 101 Game Boy Advance SP, which they are slightly different. I don't think that, well, I don't know if this connector is here. This connector is here or not on the ribbon cable. On his, I didn't get that far because I just wanted to know how to get the screen lens off, which I have done. So yeah, let me try to get this off now. This is the polarizer layer that we're trying to replace. Hopefully it's not too deep. I don't know how many layers of polarizer there are on this, but yeah, I just gotta scrape this away and then we should be good after that. I've got myself a razor blade here. Don't copy what I do in here, people. I am not a professional. So yeah, I think what I'm going to try to do is start by getting a corner going, and then we'll just try to peel back this layer, because yeah, it should just be a piece of film like this that we're basically just trying to peel it off. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do that off camera so I can get into it, and like I'm gonna be in the way if I try to record it as well. So yeah, we'll come back once I've got it all peeled up. Okay, so I got it off. I ended up using this knife instead of using the big blade there, which was easier. It came off very easy. If I got the right angle, it would just like whoosh, peel right off. I'm pretty sure that's mostly because of like how burned this was, that like the adhesive was just gone, It's very brittle too. You can see all the little pieces and stuff everywhere. Unfortunately, and I don't know if this was from me trying to pry it open. It's not going to focus at all here. Oh, it's so confused. There we go. I don't know if that was from me trying, if this was from me trying to pry it open or if it was always cracked. This up in the corner here, I'm pretty sure it was me. When I was trying to get the polarizer off, I don't know exactly what I did. Like, you had to hit it at the right angle and it was just like butter coming off. So if it's not like butter, then don't try to force it. But the rest of it, like I said, I don't know if that was from me or if the screen was already like jacked up. Like I said, it could have been from like prying it open, but I was very gentle with it. At least I thought I was very gentle with it. I have no idea. I'll have to look at some of the footage of it before I started messing with it to see if you could see any, like, I'm pretty sure these would show up in there. It's hard to see because like it might be hard to see because of how bad the polarizer was, but we could still replace the polarizer anyway. I was probably going to end up replacing this screen regardless. I just wanted to see how much of this we could fix, you know, and I wanted to try. I've never done a polarizer before, so yeah, let's try to, we have to put it on, we have to put the polarizer on, but we have to get the correct orientation of it first. And so in order to do that, I have to power it on and get something displayed on the screen. So yeah, let's get it kind of hooked up in a way that I can do that. Okay, I'm kind of confused here. I just went to go put this one on, and I went to go put this one on, and I peeled off the one side, and there's like a not sticky side and a sticky side, and the sticker, this little mark here, is on the sticky side, right? That's the side you stick down. But so if I do that on this one, this will be the sticky side down here. I don't know if she'll be able to see it through this. Right, with the sticky side down, it definitely looks like it's inverted. Like, it seems like I mean, if I get it at the right angle, maybe it's fine. I don't know, like, this is it straight on, and it looks inverted. But then if I turn it this way, like, that looks right, but it's like, I don't know. So they're all like that, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to double check all of them to make sure that they're all like sticky side down is inverted, and if they are all like that, then I will, I guess, just put them on sticky side down and hope that it works out. I don't know, we'll see. Like, I'll come back with something. Excuse me. Okay, I got it installed. If it looks all really bad, it's because I uninstalled it and reinstalled it, because it definitely, the colors are definitely inverted here. There's a lot of bubbles. Yeah, like I said, I took it off and put it back on. So yeah, you can definitely see it here. Well, it's like, it looks really, I mean, it definitely looks inverted when you're looking at it straight on. It's definitely inverted. So I've reached out to the seller and, you know, just to ask if maybe I got the wrong ones, because they're all like that. They all have, they're fine if they are sticky side up, but when they're sticky side down, they're all inverted. And you can't, you know, obviously I can't install them sticky side up. Anyway, so I reached out. I think they just got back to me. So Hopefully we could get this corrected. I'm not like super like concerned. Like obviously I'm gonna replace this whole screen anyway because it's cracked and basically garbage. This is just an exercise in replacing polarizers, in all honesty. Yeah. Don't have my gloves on. So they got back to me and they said the old adhesive is very thick, which can interfere with the polarizer, I guess. Like this is now garbage, but I'm gonna keep it so I can make sure that it's right before I use another one. Anyway, and it's much. I mean, this guy's much. It's really hard to see, but this guy is much thicker than this guy is. Although this guy on here works like, you know, it works perfectly. I put the old one back on there. So maybe these aren't cracks in the glass. Maybe that's the adhesive. And when I was scraping back here, that's the adhesive that keeps it on there. So I'm gonna try again. If this, I'm gonna try to scrape this back some more, right? Because this is what I thought I'd scraped too much off when I was first taking the polarizer off. So I just I had this little chip here. Maybe that's the adhesive. So I'm going to, I guess, try to remove all of this stuff, and maybe that's what, like I said, maybe that's what these cracks are, and it's not actually cracked. Who knows? Only one way to find out. So the good news is something's coming up here. The bad news is it's like so hard to get off. This is gonna take so long. I think, I can't remember if there was a crack here, but I think it might pull up. But I think the screen might not be cracked. If it keeps just flaking off like this, it's gonna be painful. I'm just gonna get to it. Hopefully this is supposed to come up. Whew. I think we're getting somewhere here. Even as I'm like taking off big chunks of it, there's still it's like several layers of this stuff. It's very hard to get off. I'm trying to keep like the blade of my knife at a good angle to get through this, but it's tough. If I had like a different knife, like they had the actually I think I might have some of those blades. That would be super helpful. Let me look for those. I do have it. This guy here. This is like, I think this is literally made for this kind of work. Let's check out how this works, eh? Yeah? Oh, look at that. It's doing better. Actually, yeah. Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah. I'm like using my finger up here to shield so I don't cut through. I should not be going that direction. Because I don't want to cut my finger. I also don't want to cut that ribbon cable. Okay, let's start from here. Never cut toward yourself. Okay, I think that's the bulk of that layer. let's see. I could probably scrape this off, or well, I'm gonna keep scraping off most of it, what I can, and then I think I'm probably gonna have to use IPA for the rest of it. What are you doing? Where are you? What's up, buddy? Oh, yeah, I know. Please don't jump here. Up here, I have a knife. No, I have a knife. I said I have a knife. Okay, whatever. You can hang out. Just stay away from my hands. Okay, I think it's all cleaned up. That took so long. So tedious. But yeah, I got it all off. And I feel confident now that it's gonna work. Thank you to that eBay seller for being fantastic. Assuming, of course, that it works, which I would expect it to now. And look, no more cracks. Like, it definitely was not cracked. It looks really good. So yeah, now I'm gonna slap it on the correct way. I should probably just double check first. But I don't feel like it. We're actually just gonna slap it on. We're gonna trust that it's gonna work. I'm gonna put it on, and then we'll see. We'll see if it does work after that. Okay, I got it. Put the polarizer on. It already looks correct now. It was like definitely a darker shade in there. I did get a bubble that I just could not get out for the life of me, and there are some scratches on the screen now that I don't know if they were there before, or it could have been from working on this surface. I don't think I was pushing too hard on here, but probably was from me, which is, it's whatever. I mean, this whole shell is this whole Game Boy's in rough shape. So yeah, no, it's probably going to be remodded and customized and all that good stuff. But now we gotta try it out, test it out, make sure that the polarizer actually does work correctly. I expect that it does. Like I said, it looks noticeably correct now. Okay, screen is plugged in, game's in, battery's in. Let's fire it up. Oops, I lied. Battery is not in. Now battery is in. There it is. Oh wow, that actually looks really good. I mean, it looks a lot better than it did, of course. There it is. Okay. Nicely done. Me, thank you to that eBay guy. Shout out to that guy. Yeah, it looks perfect, pristine. I even think, I mean, there's a lot of lights on and everything here, but I even think with it being a front lit screen, like I don't know the difference. I've never compared them side by side, but I think that looks really good. Is the light even on? The light's probably not even on. Did I break the light? That would be something if I broke the light. And then I had a feeling that something like that might happen. Let's just see here, because I think I can still... I wonder if these work, because yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I need to actually let me see. I can check the lights on this real quick because I just have to pop this guy out. Yeah, this is how you get in. I didn't show this earlier, but this is how you get into here. Just kind of go around gently and pop open these, and then this guy. You just got to be careful because of the ribbon cable connection down there. So in order to see, I believe that's what this cable is. The cable that runs from the screen to this bit. I mean, I don't understand. I don't see what else it possibly could be. It only makes sense that it does power the light. Let's flip her on. I think the button in the middle turns the light on and off. Okay, we don't have light now. Okay, we definitely don't have lights anymore. So, that's not good. Yeah, definitely probably this ribbon cable got messed up. Let me take a look, see what I can see. Okay, yes, as I had feared, all that moving around with this guy, I was thinking to myself, man, this ribbon cable is very sturdy. It's held up through all this jostling and everything. How am I show you this? How do I? This guy here is not connected. It has severed. Yeah, see that? Yeah, you do. Okay, I don't want to break this one now. I wonder if I can't really see too clearly that closely. I don't think there'd be any way to solder that, to bridge that. I don't think that's gonna be possible. Is it connected? What's that connected to? I mean, it has to be connected unless that's just holding it down, which I don't think that would be the case. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why there'd be solder points there if they weren't soldered to something. Maybe I can scrape a little tiny bit back of that. I will try. I will try to do what I can. And then I will let you know what I have done. Okay, if it'll focus, I don't think it's going to. I literally just tapped this. Okay, can you focus, please? I just tapped it just with my soldering iron ever so slightly, just real quick, with a tiny little bit of solder on the soldering iron. It seems to be in place, like it seems to be connected now. So we'll give it a try now. I think what had happened was I have this that blows air, and I accidentally put it on. There's two different settings, and I put it on like the high setting, and it blew, because before I attach everything, I want to blow any cat fur around, or cat fur away, because the entire time I'm working on this, the cats have to be in my lap. So yeah, I wanted to make sure there was nothing in between the stuff there, and I think when I blew it, it might have just separated that a little bit. I blew real hard, and it kind of just got in there and shifted everything. So that might be why it disconnected. And I hope that it is now reconnected. Try this go like this. So let's try it again. Bum, 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 bum. I really hope it's reconnected still. Oh, it looks like there's a light now. Yeah. It's not very bright, but I think that is normal. It looks bright to you guys because they got a couple of lights shining on it as well. You can turn it on and off. Are there varying? I thought there was varying brightnesses, but it just seems like it just turns on and off. It might only be on the one side and not on the other side. I don't know. But in all honesty, I'm calling it good enough for this one. I do want to, we're going to go through at some other point, not today. I just want to focus on getting the polarizer replaced, and then that's it. We're not doing anything else. I'm not going to put this all back together because I would need to. This thing is absolutely disgusting. Like, I've never seen a console as dirty and dusty as this one is. Like, this one is real bad. Like, even right here, like, look at all that. That's crazy. That's all very gross. So I don't want to put it back together because I want to clean everything. And I mean, I would put it back together if it weren't for these stupid hinges. I don't want to have to take those out again. Although I am most likely going to reshell this thing, so I'm going to have to take them out eventually anyway. Or at the very least, I'm probably going to replace the screen that I just fixed. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, that's it for this one. I just wanted to get that polarizer fixed. I'll put it up on the screen here. I don't really feel like pulling it up or anything right now. I'll put it up on the screen, the eBay seller's store, the person's store, and leave their name in the description, their store name, the seller name in the description, because YouTube still won't let me do links, and I don't feel like doing the stuff to verify that I'm who I say I am to be able to do links. So definitely shout outs to that eBay seller. Fantastic eBay seller. They sell polarizers for both versions of the Game Boy Advance SP, the 101 and the 001, as well as the Game Boy Advance, the regular Game Boy Advance, and the Game Boy Color. I'm not sure if they have other ones, but check them out. If you need polarizers, that's where I would go. They were, it was like less than $4, and I don't think there was shipping charge because it just came, like, they just shipped it in an like a regular envelope. I don't know, like, I mean, that's for US shipping. It was fast. They shipped right away. Definitely recommend them. If you need a polarizer, looking back on it, I definitely felt like it was way too easy when I got this off. Like, you could, like, how crinkly it is. It's like super thin and crinkly and everything. When I took it off, I was like, that was too easy. Like, that came off too easy. I didn't have to clean anything up. Like, I cleaned up a little bit, but I didn't think I was expecting to have to clean up a lot more. I was expecting to clean up exactly as much as I had to clean up, and I should have realized when that wasn't the case right away that I still had so many layers to go through. It wasn't as thick as this. Like, this is a lot thicker than this part, but everything put together, I feel like is a lot thicker than what I replaced it with. Little bits everywhere here, if that makes any sense. Well, we got it on there, and it looks, I think it looks pretty good, all things considered. I'm actually excited to get this thing all put back together eventually and play it for a little while. But that's going to be a little bit, because like I said, I at least want to clean the whole shell, and then I also want to test these shoulder buttons out to make sure they're still working. I'll give it a whole test. I think I'll figure that out for the next video for this guy. But thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate you hanging out. Got a little throwback there to the old streaming days. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.